Hey everybody, it's Aquila and this is a Lefty Knitter podcast, episode 219. Welcome to everyone. My name is Aquila and I live in Baltimore and I like to show you all the crafty things I'm up to. I just want to say thank you to everyone in the last episode who complimented my sweater, the Misurina. I don't know, I haven't taken pictures yet, so I'm not going to insert. I haven't taken official pictures yet. It's been too hot to go outside and do that, and I just haven't done it. So I'll get to that. But thank you. So thank you to anyone that is watching it new or returning. I appreciate you so much. I am at the highest number of subscribers that I've been at. Sometimes that fluxes, but this is like pretty exciting. So yeah, I just had to say thank you because the comments were so nice. I am very, very happy with it, and I have come to realize I have a lot of yarn in my stash that is colorful and variegated and crazy, and I really enjoyed this very neutral, calm, earthy colored yarn. So I don't know, we're just gonna work with what I have in my stash anyway, but that's where we are. And thank you to all the, of course, happy belated birthday wishes to Hayes. She thinks that's pretty cool. So I had showed you guys in the last episode that I was working on the Kirby cardigan. Don't remember the designer name. All information will be down below, linked. If it's not, please just message me and I'll make sure I add the link to it. I ran out of yarn and I told you I ordered a second ball of yarn. This is probably not the project bag. Nope, it's this one. And I'll show you guys where I'm at because I can't go any further until I get more yarn. And I don't remember where I was when I showed you guys. So I might not even be that much further. Ignore all the strands holding arm stitches and whatnot, but isn't that just the cutest? It's so cute. I am so close to start ribbing, super close. And that's fine. I will use the difference of the yarn for another project or socks because I really love this color. So it'll probably be socks for me. But I don't have any more yarn to keep going. So this is on hold for right now. This is a fingering weight yarn from Barley Hops and Yarn, and I'm holding it double because the pattern calls for DK weight. So what does one do? What does one do when they are waiting? Well, I could be working on my Shifting Chevrons shawl from Stephen West, but I'm not. I've done a few sections, but not enough to show you guys progress. So I cast on a new project. And I know I've mentioned in the past how I can be overwhelmed from the amount of yarn I have. And it's quite a bit, and I'm not gonna lie that it's quite a bit. But I have been cleaning up my yarn in my Ravelry project pages, making sure I use all the totals. If it's all gone, I just go to the stash of yarn. If you've never done this, you can go to the actual stash page of the yarn. You can adjust the quantity and you can say that there's none, change, if you had 0.4 left and you don't know what you used the 0.4, or you gifted it, or you used it in something else, you can link it right there. But if you're not sure or you gave it away, you can also change the adjustment to say 0.4 skeins, it was gifted. You can make a note. So I have been doing that. I've been trying to really clean up my stash. So what I did was I went to my oldest yarn. My oldest usable yarn for this pattern. So it's a fingering weight pattern that I'm going to show you guys. And the oldest skein of yarn in my stash, John actually purchased for me. It was from a shop that was down near BWI Airport. I don't think it's called BWI anymore, Baltimore, Washington. I don't know what the actual name of the airport is. The call signs, I think, are still BWI. But it was a shop down there, and he purchased this yarn, and he brought it home to me in 2015. That's the year Hayes was born. So I've had this for quite some time. The yarn was, the shop I believe was called the Knitting Boutique. I think I have the label in here. Just give me 1 second. So I am using this yarn for, yep, here's the tag. There we go. The Knitting Boutique. Last I checked, I think they still had an online shop, but the brick and mortar is gone. This is called Chesapeake. I guess that's the base of the yarn. Oh, or maybe, yeah, that's the base, Chesapeake. It's a 67% fine merino, super fine merino, and a 33% cashmere. For 3.4 ounces, it's 430 yards. The color is hydrangea. So here is the color. And I am doing Stephanie Lofton, I think that's her name, Telly Bean Knits. I had purchased, so I also went into my library to find patterns that I've already purchased. And I decided to do the Secret Skein. I believe that's what it's called, the Secret Skein. If I'm wrong, that'll be down below. Actually, I think I have it in here. Yeah, so it's called Secret Skein, so you only need one skein. And it is a cowl. So you start off flat and then you join in the round. I think that is told in the main project page for this. And I just joined in the round. Now, it's really hard to see because I do have it scrunched up on needles. So here it is. This is how it goes around. And here I just joined 2 rows. Like, it's very little. But the pattern has these really beautiful textures here. And then at the bottom, it's drop stitches. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it or gift it. So I'm just enjoying the knit actually a whole lot. So that's where I'm at right now with my project making. I'm just enjoying it. And if I keep it, I keep it. And if I don't, I don't. So I just wanted to show you guys because it is beautiful. So there we go. New project cast on, because obviously who wants to work on a shawl that, you know, I know it's going to take me a long time, and if I worked on it, I could get, you know, if I do a little bit every night, I would progress, but I just don't always do that. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm going to shove this back in here. And I have one more thing to show you guys. So when I made socks for my friend in the last episode I showed you guys, it really triggered me to want to make more. So I had some time on Sunday. And I had been a very tardy, very not wonderful yarn friend. And I'm apologizing on the internets. And I've already apologized through message to the person. But, so, Rebecca from Stars Grove Fiber gifted me an advent calendar for Halloween last year. Now, there is an Etsy shop still open, still available yarn, but I don't believe there are Halloween or Christmas advent this year, but I could be wrong. You should just check out the Etsy shop. I will link it down below. Well, I am very grateful that I was gifted this advent, and I feel very bad because I was like, oh, send me yarn for your shop and I'll crank it for samples, and I have been very, 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 very tardy. But it's now done and I gotta mail it. I get to mail it out. So I'm like, there's a weight that feels like it's just been lifted, and so feel much better. So Yarn Company, I never mentioned it. Stars Grove hand-dyed fibers. Okay. This little sample she gifted me, or not, she gave me to crank, was called Lost Shaker of Salt, and I have put this and the other colorway in reels on my Instagram, but this is called Lost Shaker of Salt, which is reminiscent of Jimmy Buffett. And if you guys watched that episode of me being all cry drunk, I mean, I didn't cry, but I wasn't drunk either, but I had been drinking. So there's that one. Don't fall. Okay. I have some yarn on cones that I still have to wind up and return. But this was called Tide Pools. So what I did for this one, the base is 75-25, 100 grams, 463 yards. I asked shoe size, so when she doesn't need them for samples anymore, she can wear them. And there are two. Here's the other one. Here's Tide Pools. That is so pretty. And I did a little picot at the top with a hung hem. And I had enough left that I cranked a tube so they can decide whatever they want to do with this, whether they use it for just pictures for samples or cut it up and make another pair of socks or fingerless gloves or whatever they choose to do with this. There's this. So I'm going to put that back in here. I'll put it all back tidy and nice before I mail it. But there was one more, and it was a sock set, and this was called Purple Pear Martini, and it came with 2 minis, 20 grams. One was iris and one was celery. So you have this one with iris and celery. And I was able to make 2 pairs of socks for this, and that's exciting. So 2 different samples. I felt bad just cranking the extras, so I made 2 pairs of socks. So the first sock pair, I used the minis and I did some fun contrasty toes and heels with a hung hem. And the other, and I still have a little bit of yarn left, which I could crank in a sample. I'm not sure if I'm going to crank it or just mail it back in little mini balls. So the other, I did a shorty sock, and this will just be better once it's washed. So the cuff is done in the color, then the foot is all one, and then the toe. So I do have to take some pictures so I can post them, but I got 2 pairs of socks out of the 1 sock set. So that is doable when you're looking at sock sets to be able to do that. Yeah, that was these were fun. These were really fun to crank up. So I just feel really bad that I didn't get them back in a timely manner. So let me get them back in my little box here. They've been in my box downstairs to keep all the, you know, just house smells. We do have cats, you know. So I gotta take care of this. I've now talked a lot, so I don't know what else I'm going to show you other than maybe progress on the cow. Because, yeah, I'm not sure. But I didn't mention that it's already Thursday for this week, and that's September 14th. So, there we go. I didn't mention that. But, alright, until the next clip, I'll talk to you guys then. Hey everybody, it is Saturday, November, oh my god, September 16th. So I am home all alone. The fam decided they're gonna jet out to Chicago and I got to stay home. So I knew this was coming. Obviously it wasn't just like a last minute choice, but I booked myself a float tank. And if you don't know what that is, it's also like a sensory deprivation tank. And I'll insert video here of the tank now. So I booked it for 9 o'clock today, and I went, and okay, I think I have to go again, first off. Just let's put it there. Okay, so first off, this is more like a big shower stall versus a pod with a lid. So no lid comes down over you, and it doesn't feel claustrophobic whatsoever. And you float in this salty water, and you can experience all different things. So I've read from people that they have all different experiences, and every time they float, it's a different experience. So I'm just letting you all know this experience because I have wanted to do one of these for a long time. And if you are interested, I highly suggest at least going and trying it. So I chose this place because it had the tanks versus the pods, because of I don't think I would be claustrophobic, but the feeling that if you've ever seen the pods, they are like, I mean, it comes down like if you ever were, you know, a child of the 90s, a teenager of the 90s, and you went in tanning beds. It's not quite the same, obviously, but it comes down on top of you, and it can feel claustrophobic. So yeah, I did that, and I don't know if it's just my nerves or whatever it was. I had this overwhelming sensation that I had to pee. Now, the water is body temperature, so the water, the air, and then your body are all the same temperature when you're in these tanks. So it's like no heightened senses of any kind. And I'm laying there, and all I can think about is having to pee. And I grant you, I peed before I went to get in the tank. So I had a 60-minute session. So I had to get out. I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I get out, I dry off, get to go bathroom, go pee. It's weird to say I'm going pee. Okay, get back in the tank. I knew I have like 40 minutes left. So that was great. So I knew I wasn't like completely ruining my experience. So I get back in the tank, and my brain just was so freeing because I wasn't focusing on that anymore. And there was a few times that I felt my arm twitch, and like I'm pretty sure I was like dozing off. And you can fall asleep in these things. You will not drown. You will not flip over. Your head stays, your face stays above water. You wear earplugs. And I definitely had a few instances where I'm pretty sure I was like completely, not like a sleep, not like dark, deep REM sleep, but I was out, and I just really did enjoy it. I do feel like I need to go again though, because I feel like I semi-ruined my experience because I just couldn't stop thinking about peeing. How many times can I say that? All right, so I highly recommend it. It's very good for people who have like injuries because it's like zero gravity. So I just wanted to talk about that real quick because it was an experience I had, and I'm gonna go do it again. I'm not gonna go do it again like next week. It's not an inexpensive thing. There are package deals at this place, so I can get it much cheaper. But if you are interested, I know there's at least one of my friends. They go and do it, and I'm not sure how many times that she goes, like if it's every month, but I did talk to the owner there, and some people go way more, like once a week. I am not gonna be able to do that, but I'm thinking maybe like once every 2 weeks. They also do other things. They have yoga there. They have thermal saunas, which I never even had heard of before. So yeah, but so my family, I had no clue what to do with myself last night. So what did I do? I cast on a new project. So this is that yarn that I had gotten in the Outer Banks and made that green tank top. This is the Hempathy yarn. And this is the color Maple Leaf. And it's really pretty. It does have these, you can see, maybe you can't see, but can you see that it's like different? Maybe. It's not quite all one color, so it's very interesting. So I went and decided to cast on the most popular project ever on Facebook. Well, on Ravelry. I don't know if it's actually the most popular. It has over 20,000 projects, and I know many people who have knit more than one iteration of this project. So I cast on a Ranunculus by, I can't read my handwriting, Midori, Hirose, I'm not quite sure if that's right, but I cast one on. So I decided, after reading a few project pages, there were a few people that already used this yarn, so I cast on a size 1. I did not want this to be super oversized, and I'm a few rows away from breaking for sleeves. So I have this on a 16-inch cable, on a 16-inch needle, and it's not easy to see what's going on, but I will show you what I can. So here's the neckline. I am worried about it going over my neck. Is it gonna go over? Oh, it's gonna go over. Okay, sorry. I was a little worried about it. So here's the back, because this is where the cast on was. It has a little bit of short row shaping for the front and in the back. I wish it was on a bigger needle so I could really show you guys, because and I did not gauge swatch. So I made this kind of not quite a challenge for myself, because I'm not gonna like put that kind of pressure, but I decided that if I could get the majority of this done while my family is away, I just think that would be kind of like another experience that I created for myself. So that's where we're at. So I'm getting ready to split for sleeves. I have 4 balls of this. This is my second ball. I've already used 1 whole ball, and I am probably gonna do short sleeves, but I'm probably gonna stop after splitting for the sleeve. So you'll split for the sleeves. I'll probably do a little bit of body work, and then I'm gonna do my sleeves first, and then use what I have as the difference for the body, because I want to make sure it's long enough. I don't think I want it to be cropped, not like super cropped. I want it to be like hitting the top of my jeans type of length. So the same as the last top I just did, it hit right at the top of my jeans, the sweater, the Misurina. So I want it to be semi-comparable to that length. And yeah, I'm gonna have to probably wear something under this tank top or whatever. It is very see-through. And I can see why people like this. It knits up so fast. It's super fast. So yeah, so that's what I've done to myself. And so tonight we have, me and my oldest are going to a baseball game. I have to start getting ready for that actually. The Orioles game. We are in the top spot, tied maybe with the Rays right now. I'm not exactly sure of the exact numbers, but we are playing the Rays, Tampa Bay, and if we could win this series, like we lost 2 out of the 4, so this is game 3, we could totally lose this series, but it would put us in like playoff positioning. So yay, Orioles, we're doing so good. Yeah, that's it. So we're going to that tonight, and then tomorrow I have no plans whatsoever except sitting down with the TV. I had a lot of TV time last night, so I finished Doctor Who, all of the seasons that are available. I also finished watching, well, I'm finishing Sex and the City, the new Sex and the City. Then I finished watching Upload, and I finished watching something else, and I can't remember what it was, but I only had like an episode or 2 left of each of those, so yeah, a lot of TV time, which has been needed. It's been needed. And this morning was the float was, I think I just put too much pressure on myself. I wanted it to be more relaxing, and then of course the situation that happened, but it's fine. I'm not mad. I really think the experience was interesting, and I think it could be very helpful to people who there's a lot of benefits to floating, so you can go to a website and read about that, just because of the amount of Epsom salts and stuff that are in the water, joints and arthritis and whatnot. So yeah, I definitely want to go again. The benefits for me are just the relaxation of it, really. And I guess to be in that zero gravity situation. So yeah, there's my experience. There's my Ranunculus. I did put a little bit of progress on my cowl that I was working on. I could have probably had this done with the amount of knitting. I don't know where I was the last time I showed you all this. I don't think I put a marker either. I could have had this done, but no, I cast on something new. And then my yarn did ship for the baby item I'm working on, so I'm excited to be able to have that done and off my plate too. I'll have like 3 little projects done, and I'll be very super excited. I mean, not that a sweater or a top is not a small project. It is a very large project, and you should never pressure yourself to like do something like that, but I am very excited about it. I've been really excited about the makes that I've been doing lately, so I hope that's showing through here with you all. I hope you're all having makes that make you happy too. And if something's not quite making you happy, I hope that you can, like, A, put it on a back burner, because A, maybe it's for you, or B, if you hate it completely, just rip it out. And C, if you're making the makes you like, just continue to make all those things. Don't put, there's no pressure. There should be no pressure in your crafting unless it is your business and you need to make money, and then I understand. But if this is for pleasure, then yeah, it shouldn't be pressure. Shouldn't do that to yourself. I learned that early, like, and yeah, you just shouldn't. So there we are. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, it is Sunday. It is 1 o'clock Sunday on the 17th. So I'm gonna round up this video. I wore my Misurina today, although it's supposed to be like only a high of 75 today, but the humidity is terrible. So I'm gonna take this off as soon as I finish. I wore it out just to test drive it, and it was great. It fits well. I love it so much. So yeah. So yesterday when I recorded that clip, after that I didn't get much knitting time, and then we had the baseball game. Go O's! We won. It was a great game. It was such a good game. So I'm gonna be turning on the game soon here because I think it starts. It's an afternoon game. So it was a little raining, but I don't think it's enough to make a rain delay. So I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to get some more knitting done on my Ranunculus. Now, I did knit this morning, so I'm going to show you my progress. I split for sleeves. Now, I said I wanted to do short sleeves, and I didn't realize in the pattern when you split for sleeves, that's it. That's the short sleeves, because it is kind of like this kind of top with the circular yoke, so that the sleeves would probably be like this. I put them on holders just in case I am not quite sure how long I want them to be. So I put it on holders, and then I can make the sleeves whatever length I would like them to be, and I'm working on the body. So that's where I'm at. Again, it's still on these little tiny 16-inch needles, and I'm not going to apologize because this is how I like working it. It's not a whole lot of stitches. I like my stitches to be kind of scrunched up. It's just easier to keep them moving, and I can knit a little faster, in my opinion. So when I talked to you yesterday, I was ready to split for the sleeves. So ignore all the white waste yarn, because that's holding my sleeves. Well, I can hold it out to show you a little bit. There it is. All right, so I have this marker here so I can watch how many inches I need to knit for the body. And yeah, so that's how you can see, that's how much I've knit this morning after splitting. So I didn't get really a whole lot done. I mean, I did sleep in till 8 o'clock, which really isn't sleeping in for some people, but for me, that's sleeping in. So I got a little bit done, and then I had to run to the craziness of the Walmart and get some groceries. But that's where we're at. I'm really, really happy with it so far. That's the back. I'm showing you the back. It really doesn't matter. The lace work looks pretty beautiful. I'm excited about it. Okay. So I'm going to keep working on this. I hope everybody's well. I already told you what I've been watching. And that's all I've been. It's been the same stuff. Well, I watched more Sex in the City this morning because I really enjoy that show. Or is it called Sex in the City? It's called something else now. Where it's like, 10 years later or whatever. Just like that? And just like that? Is that just the tagline? I'm not sure. Either way, I'm enjoying that. So I'm going to watch the game. I'm going to get some knitting done. I'm probably going to close my windows back up because the humidity is not fun. And yeah, I hope you're taking care of yourselves and each other, checking in on your people. And until the next episode, yeah. Oh, I should mention, next weekend, I totally forgot. Next weekend is the Shenandoah Valley Fibers Festival. This is in Berryville, Virginia. I'll put the link down below for the website and the IG account. I'll try to remember to do both. The last 2 years, I didn't take my machine the 1 year. Okay. They have a crank-in on Friday before the festival. and it's up on the stage. And I did go last week. It's like a potluck crank-in, and I took my machine and I did crank a few things. I found that it was a little windy and kept blowing my yarn around, so I don't think I'm doing that this year. I don't think I'm even going to go and see everybody. I would like to do that, but I'll try to just see people tomorrow, because most of the people that are going for the crank-in are going to be at the festival the next day. But it is Saturday and Sunday, and I believe it is a $5 entrance fee. I could be wrong. Lots of great vendors though, so really check it out. And if you are in the area and if you see me, please say hello. I would love that. I know I don't always recognize who people are based off of just seeing them, but if you mention a Rav name or most likely an Instagram name or even a YouTube name, I try. My brain doesn't always retain all the information, but it would be nice to see people. So yeah, so Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival is next weekend, which is whatever those days are. So today's the 17th plus 7 is 24. So 23rd and 24th, I believe that's right. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself. Yeah. So I know I really shouldn't buy anything, but maybe I'll just go for all the peopling, because I like the peopling. I like seeing all the vendors. Maybe I'll reach out and I'll do some of my speed questions with vendors. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe if people are available. I don't want to bug them if their booths are busy, because like that's their business, right? They have to like engage and sell things. So I understand that. But if I find time and somebody's available, I can do that. Okay, I'm going to stop now. I'm just rambling. Please take care of yourselves. Peace, love, and happy crafting.